Yeah. On the last episode, we did the steady marine grade ditch lights and did the UHF install, the Oricon 4200. So this one, we are going to juice up the factory stereo. It does vary in the speaker upgrade department. So I've got a V6 style. Basically it's 6x9s in the front doors, 6.5 inch in the back doors, and then tweeters up on the A-pillar. And to be honest, the factory stereo actually goes all right. It's not bad for a standard stereo, but we're gonna juice this thing up and give it some real oomph. So I'll run you through all the stuff that we're gonna put in it. So on the hit list today, we've got our amp wiring kit. Got the Alpine SA55V amp. I've used this before in the Falcon, which you will see later on when we do some more stuff with it, but the carburetor's sound dead enough. We're gonna throw it in the base of where the sub box goes under the seat, and we'll probably put some in the door cards as well. I think that we definitely need some of that too, just to help improve the noise quality. Up next, we have the Hertz MPX 165.3. So these are the 6.5 inch. They are full coaxial, so they're gonna go on the back doors. I just want a good upgrade for them as well. So these are Alpine 6x9 components. So these are full Type Rs. These guys are absolute ball tearers for speakers. I am a huge Alpine fan. That's why I went the Alpine amp, Alpine speakers. So this is a Rockford Fosgate P3 10-inch shallow mount. I did have to trim it up just a little bit to get it to fit better in the box, but this is the end result. Come up pretty good. I'm pretty stoked with that. So this is a full sealed box, so it's designed to fit under the back seat in the Next Gen Ranger and obviously in the Amaroks. The jack holder for the spare wheel, we did have to remove that just to obviously get the box to fit in there nicely. The jack, on the other hand, we can put down the other side, or to be honest with you, I probably won't even use it for the interim. Get onto these speakers now, and I'm pretty keen to get this thing sorted, so we'll get the door card off and go from there. All right, so we'll do the rear door card first. Pretty straightforward, basic set of tools. Need something to pop this lower part off here. Need Torx bit and a 8mm, I think it is. 7mm, sorry. But we'll basically get him off now. Now that we're at that part, you basically just want to get your hand under the door card, give it a real good yank. And then there we have it. Now you have the door card. So obviously we're only going to touch any of this. That is your factory speaker here. So it's all one molded. So if you pull this little clip off here, it's actually stuck to the spacer, which is not very handy for us. However, we can pretty easily modify it and make it all fit in nicely. So we'll get that out and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so now we've got the standard speaker out. So now we've got the standard speaker out, which is this guy here. So you can see that spacer, you can see all in there, it's just all one unit. So I need to break all that out basically, pop this little bit off, pull this speaker, and then we will, I'll show you the next part of how to fix him. It's just a factory little cover. It's a waste of bloody time. Doesn't do a damn thing, except I guess help hold the speaker in. There we go. Right, so I'll get that off. Don't need that either, don't need any of that. So you can see there, it is actually all one whole mold. So you literally just have to pull this apart. So, goodbye factory speaker. And we'll get some cutters and fix him up. That machine gets me going, eh? It is my favorite. Now we got all the edges, much nicer. The little factory plug that you clip into does have the two little pins just here. So what we'll end up doing is we'll put the new speaker back in and we'll just solder back to these, so that way it retains the factory clip. That little lip just there, we need to cut off, so that way it's nice and flat for the new speaker to go on, because the new speaker is quite a vast upgrade to the old one. So I can show you guys the physical difference, but it is quite a bit. Old rubbish one is good for like 25 watts, brand new, so you can see the new one is quite substantially better. These guys are rated for 150, I think. I'm pretty sure they're rated for, oh no, sorry, 200 watt, there you go. So they're rated for 200 watt. They do have a 100 watt RMS, so that's just their normal standard rating, but they do peak at 200. So we'll get this new fella back into this spacer, but we will need to trim that up real quick. All right, so now we cleaned up all the spacer. Basically, you just want to get the speaker in, screw it down. One fresh new speaker, still retained in the factory spacer. The only thing is obviously the way the speaker's orientation is that the pins are up top. That's all good. We'll be able to use these guys and then just feed some wire back up. Solder it all in there. Ow! Yeah, I'll give you a hand, bro. Works like a bloody dream. Basically, new speaker back in the spacer. You can see we've soldered them onto the factory plug, so that'll work really good. It's basically just a plug and play now. Tell you what, unplug this bloody door itself. It's kind of annoying having to do this. Yeah, plug the speaker back in, the door card back on, give her a good hit until it snaps. We'll get these screws back in, and there we have it. You would never even know that that has had quite a large upgrade in speaker now. So we'll get onto these front doors and go from there. All right, so starting with the front door first, before we get onto the door card, we'll pop this A-pillar and we'll do the tweeters. Same deal as what the front door cards are, something to remove the plastics and then your Torx bit. And I've got the wrong Torx bit. That's because it's not a Torx bit, it's a 7mm socket. So there is your little tweeter. Want to be careful not to pull too hard because the wire is not that long. See how the new one fits in. Might have to modify this now that we are looking at it, but we'll go over to the table and see what we can do. What do you mean? Get back to work. All right, so A-pillar, plastic. There we go. Right, so that's the old factory one, going to be the new one. So a bit of an upgrade. So with the Alpine splits, they do come with a little crossover section. So you can run these guys at a +3 dB or a -3 dB or a 0. You can just run it in the middle. I'm definitely gonna juice mine up and go +3. Wants to fit in this holder. That's pretty close. So the new one does fit in, but it doesn't clip into the actual clip properly. So we might just put a little bit of Sicky Flex on him just to hold him there. Basically that will be the new upgrade. It means we won't have to trim this, modify this or anything like that. Definitely a far better solution than having a big bulky unit hanging outside of it. Go for the stealth look, you know? I might just run next to him and grab some. I don't know how you... I don't know.
Blind leading the blind.
Yeet!
Really satisfying.
That's pretty cool.
I'm playing with that.
What did he say?
I'll go get one. We'll be right back. Now both are done, we will get this door card off and have a sticky beak. Come this way. We need to be like out around here-ish, you know? Front door time is literally exactly the same thing as the back door. The only little thing is this guy here, which it literally pops off that easy. And there is a little clip at the back of this fella that you do need to pry out as well. Pop him out and door card off. It's a bit like this. So that is the front speaker. As I said, literally exactly the same deal. Just got your little foam part. It is part of the spacer, so we'll have to do the same thing with it.
Remedy, that's why it goes, are you trying to put a head on me? Watch him poke your bros every time you...
Now the door card is back on thanks to the power of editing and the internet. We'll get these A-pillar plastics up and get them back on too. Blah, 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 blah. I want to make sure that we are +3 dB, which we are. We'll get these plugged back in. Now the challenging part is going to be to get this in with the wires nicely. Just like so. Oh, I am an idiot. I just put my bloody thing away. Jump the gun. Man. two sides. Now that we've got all the speakers in, so we've done rear doors, front doors, and our tweeters, I am extremely stoked with how this has come out. You can't even tell that I've even touched it. It still looks original. The tricky part now is we've got to find the speaker output to connect the RCA lead for the amplifier. Probably thinking I might try and put it behind the back seat or under the passenger front seat. The sub and box goes under the seat. We do have to throw some of that sound ending down from car builders. Really test this thing out. Sorry to interrupt the video, guys. If you are liking this sort of thing and want to see more of it, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton. I have jumped on board with a couple of really awesome companies now to give you guys some discounts, which I have left on the screen for you. I do have some other discount codes coming with some more really great companies, so keep an eye out for that one. Now, let's get back to the video. Sub and amp time. Originally we were going to go with the A55M, whatever it was, the 5-channel Alpine amp. I have since put the speakers in and they have far exceeded my expectations, even not amplified. We are going to swap the amp out, so I've now gone to the S2 A60 amp, which is a mono block, so 600 watt RMS. We just let it drive the sub and let the sub do the work. The original plan was to also go the P3 10-inch shallow mount. I am also swapping that out now too, to this guy. We've upgraded now to the Rockford Fosgate T1 S1 10-inch power woofer. So these guys still shallow mount, but this is more of your higher end stuff. So seems though it does plenty already and I don't need it to do any more than what it's doing. 1000 watt peak, 500 watt RMS. The amp that we now have, the A60M, it is a 600 watt at 1 ohm or 600 watt at 2 ohm. This sub is a 1 ohm only. So car audio world of things, yeah, 1 ohm's pretty gnarly. But we're gonna pull that sub out, swap him over, and start hooking everything up. So as you can tell, a bit of a difference. Yeah. I've always had some sort of woofer or aftermarket stereo or something. I don't do stock cars. That's the new one now. The power ones are basically Fosgate best of the best. As I said, it is overkill for what I want, but why not, you know? Let's just do it. All right, so car builder stuff works really good. Cool part about car builders is that you can just trim it all up, fit it in where you need to fit it. So we're gonna put it in the base of where the box fits in.
Baby, that's fine. Fine, baby, that's fine. On to the next street, stretching me to pass time. Get high, watch time pass by. Just bought an Audi, about to crash mine. Swear I died like this in a past life. You can call me James Dean, cause you know I'm that fly.
I didn't have my normal roller, so I had to improvise a little bit, but it still works all the same. So now that we got all that in there, we'll get the box in, sort out that wiring, work out where we're gonna run this amp, and go from there. Oh, like a glove. I'm happy as with that. That fits really good. Sits in there nice and neat. It doesn't annoy anyone. It works pretty good. I am gonna put a little bit of sound deadener in this side too though, because I figured it's probably smarter too. All right, that fits pretty good now. So pull up all the kick panel plastics and feed all the wiring, find the speaker output. So let's do that. We got to feed this through to under the passenger side seat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull it through the other end. Come on, there we go. I don't know how I'm gonna crimp that actually. And then we will save this till last. Like I wasn't even in there. Interior time. Easiest way to start, first of all, I'll get my nice fancy Maxliner floor mats out. Get this kick panel up, little prong up top. Got to make sure you get him out. Found the speaker input, have fed the cable out to the amp, ground level's done. We'll connect this power. I do want to test run it to make sure it all works properly before we just pack it all up, because the last thing you want to do is put it all in there and then none of it works. I will finish doing up all this wiring and then show you guys the end result. That is a wrap. I'm super happy with how everything's come up. Basically all the plastics are in, everything's all good. Really happy with how it sounds. We do have some more stuff coming. I have jumped on board with the guys at Bay House. Michael, absolute champion. So he has hooked me up with some underbody bash plates. So they will go on in the next episode. Also have a 3.5 inch exhaust system coming from the legends at King Fab. They're in the middle of doing that up at the moment. But until the next episode, I will see you around. Stay sexy.